Hello, everybody. My presentation is about some ways for us to leverage our actions, which must be focused on local assets for the purpose of achieving well-being. My territory, Farkadona, is a good example of a small city which has last year's many actions in order to exploit all the benefits of these Greek and European opportunities. So, Farkadona is a small city in the center of Greece, in Thessaly. We have plain and mountains as well. As I said before, our location is in Greece, in the region of Thessaly, prefecture of Trikala. Our population is 13,000 inhabitants, and our settlements are small towns and villages. Our natural environment composed by low mountains with pastures, fertile plains with cultivation, small forests, and several rivers. We have a very rich historical and cultural heritage and several traditional festivals and customs. In our economy, we have a significant and intensive agriculture and also significant traditional livestock farming. We have as well some trade and some industries. So this is our sites with some historical which are historical interesting. As you can see, we have quite many sites in our territory, which can be assets for us regarding natural and historical heritage, tangible and intangible. This is a photo gallery of what I say now. Our strengths is the cultural heritage, the environmental assets, the local production, which has very high quality products. Our location in the center of Greece. Our opportunities are the several funding programs like NSRF, the Next Generation EU, the European programs, of course, and some new funding tools. But we have some weaknesses as the isolation of the villages regarding the mobility means. Of course, the population, which is a general phenomenon for all the rural areas across Europe, and the threats as the bureaucracy of the public sector, the natural disasters, which are very often last years due to the climate change, and the lack of information of the local people about the ways with which they can be members of our efforts. So, our main goals is to create a distinctive identity of quality, a brand name for the region, to fight unemployment, mostly on youths, the poverty, the aging of population, to provide public health and well-being, social facilities and care, high-level services, infrastructures, quality of life, networking to the local stakeholders. To preserve our cultural and environmental heritage, the vulnerable social groups, to promote the production of high-quality products, new technologies, of course, smart cities, and specialized knowledge, to encourage youth entrepreneurship, investments, extraversion of local economy, to protect territory from natural disasters, given that it is a high flood risk area, to support mobility of people and ideas, and the cultural contact, like this today, to combine agriculture, heritage, environment, human skills, and capacity building, like Cultural Plus project do, and to combine to ensure that the sustainable economic, social, and urban development, and to build resilience to the environmental health threats, an area resilient to these threats, and robust coherent society and dynamic economy. So for these reasons, our policies are spread in some sectors which can be combined in order to add their value. First of all, our networks. We are a member of Civitas Network for Innovative Cities, the Covenant of Mayors for against Climate Change, the Amphictyony group, a European grouping of territorial development, of the finest Greek tastes network, and of course of the Hellenic Healthy Cities Network, which is a member of the World Health Organization Society. We are members of almost all the European initiatives, like the European Mobility Week, the Wi-Fi for Europe, the European Local Democracy Week, the Be Active initiative, and the Hackathon against Europe against the coronavirus. I have to note that we are distinctive members of the European Mobility Week, as well as of the European Local Democracy Week, and we are awarded for this. As the majority of the municipalities in Greece, we have some fundings, the standard fundings, as the Green Fund, the SRF, as I said before, Philodimos, Tritis, and Next Generation EU, which are launching now. A great example of a plan for our cultural heritage exploitation is our plan for the restoration of the monuments and of our cultural paths, because our purpose for this path is to be included in the European network of cultural paths. For this reason, we have some plans about our monuments, like the Grisano Outpost and Grisano Customs. And this is our cultural paths in Grisano and to the Klopotos and Keramidi. In Keramidi, we have the ancient bridge. We participate and we have participated to some significant European projects as participants, like the prospects about the energy, the clean energy, the Civitas about the sustainable mobility, deeds about energy as well. Then Cupid, which has a similar project like Cultural Plus. The three first projects was in the frame of Horizon 2020, and the Cupid in the frame of Erasmus Plus. We are partner in, we were partner in several European projects as well, as the Europe for Citizens, the IUC, now the IURC. We were good practice in international urban cooperation program with the Lech of Himalaya, along with municipality of Trikala and Meteora. and of course, member of the Erasmus Plus projects, this project, Cultural Plus, in the rural, in which we are the lead partner, and the Learning Villages, which is the most recent. And lastly, we are members of the Urban-Free Network project, Healthy Cities. We were among the founders of the European Declaration, the new paradigm for safe city streets, along with with big municipalities from Europe, like Berlin, Barcelona, Lisbon, London, and Madrid. And this I want to stay to this just to say that we are all the small municipalities across Europe have the chance to be equal with the big municipalities, and this is our idea and our vision, and this is the paradigm. We were in several conferences, like the Crown Hackathon about smart cities, the Nature and Culture Conference, Ecopolis, the Smart Blue City, the fourth Euro-Mediterranean Conference, the Polish Conference about the sustainable mobility, and of course, of the Healthy Cities, the European Healthy Cities Annual Conference, the European Department of the World Health Organization. So after all this, we have achieved to have a brand name, official name, validated by Brussels, which is in the frame of our Airbag-free project, Healthy Cities. So last few months we are the Healthy Farkadona, and this is a great opportunity for us to build to this brand name by considering the healthy living, the healthy products, and the healthy environment. Thank you very much.
So,